One of Jupiter's moons has volcanoes that shoot lava 300 miles into the sky. Another hides a salty ocean beneath its frozen shell, an ocean that contains more water than every sea on Earth combined. There is a moon shaped like a potato, a moon with a giant scar that nearly split it in half. And there is one moon, so strange that astronomers still cannot fully explain how it ended up where it is. Jupiter is not just a planet, it is a kingdom. A king with 95 known moons orbiting around it. Some are bigger than our own, some are smaller than a city, and each one of them is hiding a story you have never heard. In this video, we are going to explore the strangest, the wildest, and the most mysterious moons of Jupiter, worlds of fire, worlds of ice, and worlds nobody knew existed until recently. Let's start with the most violent moon in our entire solar system. The first moon is Io, and Io is hell. Io is the most volcanically active object in our solar system, more active than Earth, more active than any other moon. Its surface is covered in over 400 volcanoes, many of them erupting at this very moment. Some of these volcanoes shoot plumes of lava and sulfur over 300 miles into space, so high that you can see them from a passing spacecraft. The reason Io is so violent is Jupiter itself. Jupiter's gravity is so powerful that it constantly stretches and squeezes Io as it orbits. This is called tidal flexing. The friction inside the moon builds up so much heat that its insides are practically molten. Io has no craters. Why? Because every few 100,000 years, the entire surface is repaved by fresh lava. Io is the only moon in the solar system that is constantly remaking itself. A tortured, glowing, sulfur-yellow world. And it sits just next door to one of the most peaceful moons we know. The second moon is Europa, and Europa might be the most important moon in our entire solar system. Because Europa, scientists believe, could be hiding life. On the outside, Europa looks like a giant cracked egg. Its surface is sheet ice, smooth, white, and laced with strange red fractures. But beneath that ice, hidden under 10 to 15 miles of frozen shell, is something extraordinary. An ocean. A real, liquid, salty ocean. And not a small one. Europa's hidden ocean is believed to contain more than twice as much water as all the oceans on Earth combined. How is the ocean liquid when the surface is solid ice? The same reason Io is on fire. Tidal flexing from Jupiter heats Europa's core just enough to keep its inner ocean from freezing. And where there is liquid water, heat, and chemistry, there is the possibility of life. NASA is launching a mission called Europa Clipper to study this moon up close. If we ever find alien life in our solar system, the smart money says it will be here, beneath the ice, in the dark. The third moon is Ganymede, the king of all moons. Ganymede is the largest moon in our entire solar system, so large that it is actually bigger than the planet Mercury. If Ganymede were orbiting the Sun directly, instead of Jupiter, we would call it a planet without hesitation. Ganymede is the only moon known to have its own magnetic field, just like Earth. This is incredibly rare. The magnetic field suggests that deep inside Ganymede there is a hot, liquid iron core, like a small planet, hidden inside a moon. And there is more. Ganymede also has a hidden subsurface ocean, possibly multiple oceans, stacked between layers of ice. If Europa is a single buried sea, Ganymede may be a sandwich of oceans and ice, layer after layer, going deep into its frozen interior. It is half world, half mystery, the biggest moon ever discovered, and we have still only scratched its surface. The fourth moon is Callisto, the oldest face in the solar system. Callisto is the most heavily cratered object that astronomers have ever seen, anywhere. Its entire surface is a scarred record of billions of years of impacts, asteroids, comets, anything that ever wandered too close. Unlike Io, Callisto has no volcanoes to repave it. Unlike Europa, it has no shifting ice to heal its wounds. Every crater that ever formed on Callisto is still there. This makes Callisto a kind of time capsule. By studying its surface, scientists can read the entire history of the outer solar system, like reading the rings inside a tree. Quietly, Callisto may also hide a subsurface ocean of its own. It does not glow, it does not erupt, it does not crack and shift like Europa. It simply sits, calm and ancient, with secrets buried under miles of frozen rock. The fifth moon is Amalthea, and Amalthea is not even round. Most moons, when they grow large enough, pull themselves into a sphere under their own gravity. But Amalthea is too small, only about 100 miles across, so it remains stuck in an irregular, lumpy, potato shape. Its surface is deep red, the reddest object in our solar system, in fact. The cause of the color is still debated, possibly sulfur from nearby Io slowly raining onto Amalthea's surface over millions of years. Amalthea also gives off more heat than it receives from the sun. Nobody is completely sure why. It is too small to have internal heating like Io. Yet, somehow, it glows warm. A small, strange, red, lumpy little world. Often overlooked, but far stranger than it looks. The sixth moon is Himalaya, and Himalaya probably was not always Jupiter's. Himalaya is the largest of Jupiter's outer moons. It orbits far, far away from Jupiter in a strange, tilted path. Most of Jupiter's inner moons orbit in neat, circular paths, aligned with the planet's equator. But Himalaya, and the moons like it, orbit in chaos, wild angles, long ovals. Some even orbit backwards. The reason is simple. Himalaya is most likely a captured asteroid. Billions of years ago, it was probably a wandering rock in the outer solar system, until Jupiter's enormous gravity reached out and snatched it from its path. Jupiter has dozens of these captured moons, a collection of stolen worlds. Himalaya is the largest trophy in that collection. The seventh moon is Thebe, and Thebe was almost shattered. Thebe is a small inner moon of Jupiter, only about 60 miles wide, but on its tiny surface sits an enormous crater called Zethus. The crater is so large, compared to the moon itself, that the impact which formed it nearly destroyed Thebe entirely. A little more force, and Thebe would not exist today. Just a debris ring around Jupiter. Thebe also helps feed one of Jupiter's faint rings. Yes, Jupiter has rings, just like Saturn, only much thinner. Tiny moons like Thebe slowly shed dust and tiny particles into space. That dust forms the rings we see today. Thebe is a survivor, a moon that was almost broken, but still circling Jupiter billions of years later.
The eighth moon is Metis.
And Metis lives on the edge. Metis is the closest moon to Jupiter, so close that it sits inside Jupiter's main ring. Its orbit takes only 7 hours to complete. From Metis, Jupiter would not look like a planet in the sky. It would look like a wall, filling almost the entire view above you. But Metis has a problem. Its orbit is slowly decaying. Slowly, over millions of years, Jupiter's gravity is pulling it closer and closer. Eventually, far in the future, Metis will fall into Jupiter and disappear forever. It is a moon with an expiration date. Until then, it sits there, dust streaming off its surface, feeding the rings, racing around its giant host. A doomed little world, living its final chapters in geological slow motion. The ninth moon is Calm, and Calm moves the wrong way. Calm orbits Jupiter backwards. While most moons travel in the same direction as their planet's rotation, Calm moves against it. This is called a retrograde orbit, and it is a strong sign that calm was not born around Jupiter. It was captured, just like Himalaya. Calm-A is the leader of an entire group of moons. Astronomers call them the Calm Group. They all orbit at similar distances, at similar angles, all moving backwards. Scientists believe they were once part of a single, larger asteroid, captured by Jupiter long ago, then shattered into pieces, possibly by a collision. Now, they orbit together, like the broken remains of an ancient world. The 10th moon is Sinope, and Sinope takes its time. Sinope is one of the most distant of Jupiter's moons, so far away that a single orbit takes it over 2 Earth years to complete. While our moon circles the Earth in less than a month, Sinope drifts slowly around Jupiter, in lonely silence. Like Calm, Sinope orbits backwards, and like Calm, Sinope leads its own little family of moons, the Sinope Group. Astronomers believe these moons are also fragments of a captured object that broke apart long ago. Out at the edge of Jupiter's domain, beyond the noise and chaos of the inner moons, these tiny worlds glide through the dark, almost forgotten. The 11th moon is Valetudo, and Valetudo should not exist where it does. Valetudo is one of the smallest known moons of Jupiter, only about half a mile wide, so small that astronomers nicknamed it the Oddball. Why? Because Valetudo orbits in the same region as a group of retrograde moons, the moons that move backwards. But Valetudo, somehow, is moving forwards, in the wrong direction, through the wrong neighborhood. This means Valetudo is constantly on a collision course with other moons around it. Scientists believe that, sooner or later, it will smash into one of them. The collision will likely shatter Valetudo into dust, adding more debris to Jupiter's already crowded outer system. It is a moon living on borrowed time, driving the wrong way down a cosmic highway, waiting for the inevitable crash. The 12th and final moon is one that does not even have a real name yet. It is called S/2003J12, and it is the most mysterious of them all. S/2003J12 is one of the tiniest known moons of Jupiter, less than a mile across, and it orbits so far from Jupiter that it sits right at the edge of where Jupiter's gravity stops working. Any further out, and it would escape Jupiter forever. Astronomers have only spotted it a handful of times. Sometimes it disappears for years between observations. Some scientists have even wondered if it has been quietly lost, ejected into deep space, never to return. A moon so faint, so distant, and so easily forgotten that it lives on the very edge of being real. So those are 12 of the strangest moons orbiting Jupiter. Io, the burning sulfur world. Europa, the buried ocean. Ganymede, the giant. Callisto, the ancient. Amalthea, the lumpy red potato. Himalaya, the stolen asteroid. Thebe, the survivor. Metis, the doomed. Calm, moving backwards. Sinope, the slow drifter. Valetudo, the oddball. And the ghost moon, S/2003J12. Jupiter has 95 known moons in total. The rest are even smaller. Some have not even been studied yet. Out there, around the king of planets, there is a hidden universe of frozen worlds, captured asteroids, and silent oceans. Every single one with its own story. Every single one waiting to be explored. If you could land on any one of them, where would you go? The buried ocean of Europa, searching for alien life, the fire-soaked surface of Io, or the lonely, drifting edge of S/2003J12, where Jupiter's empire finally ends. Whatever you choose, one thing is certain: our solar system is far stranger and far more crowded than it looks.